The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Signal.
There it is.
The hat is off.
I need to throw the hat for what
The
Danny
signal
was talking
means
about. That's what
it
they
is
need.
on. Find your chair. Let's get ready. Throw the rock bottom down if you got it. We are here on the Players Lounge, right here on the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network, on the podcast network. We're getting it done. Heckma Harrison is here. Danny McCray is here.
Right.
He's frustrated with Barry Church. We got a great argument that doesn't got nothing to do with football going on. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
He frustrated, but not me. I'm okay because I know I can just look at the numbers and see.
Man, I tell you what.
I really do agree with you.
It's easy. I don't even think
This is
Church come out on left field on things.
left.
Church
We'll talk about this on the break. This is crazy.
You from Pittsburgh. You like a Pittsburgh Pirate, man. I'm in left field. Way out left field. But hey,
I'll do my man like that. It's a valid argument, man. So anyway, what's up with you, Newey?
Hey,
got
man.
your TCU on today. What's going on? You go to school today? You go out to the campus?
Actually, today is the first day of the executive MBA class that I don't have to worry about because I'm a graduate.
Right on.
So good luck
How
to
you put
everybody
that
else
work
in the
in?
class. Everybody else in lunch.
Y'all
break.
know why he got that on, huh?
Why?
Because we done ran him up out of that Pittsburgh shirt with that trustee on the
Trustee.
back. You put that back on.
He got another school.
Did you ever see the trustee?
I did.
The Rydell trustee? Yeah, man.
With vanilla
He
ice.
got it right.
Yeah, that was that year.
Russell Athletics.
My man.
A Warren Buffett company. We have now upgraded.
He was validated. Go ahead, bro.
Adidas, okay. D2 Adidas school. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it ain't came back up in here. That's what I know.
Y'all must have roasted it.
It never said trustee. These are lies.
Oh, it didn't have trustee on it?
It didn't have scrubs on the back either.
Lies.
I remember it,
Lies. The constant,
legacy.
The flippers that these guys tell.
Yeah.
Demarcus Ware is now the 23rd member of the Cowboys Ring of
Yes.
Honor. Can we talk about it here on the Players Lounge?
let's do that.
That's right. He having a hell of a year, ain't he?
Boy,
It's the summer of D-Ware.
man, play the lottery, D-Ware. You winning.
Yeah, so this earlier this month, inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and then this week finds out that he's going into the Cowboys Ring of Honor this year. So I feel it's more than deserved, and the unfortunate thing is you have to remind certain Cowboy people of what he did here. Like, well, he won a Super Bowl with Denver. True. But the guy's the all-time leading sack artist here in this franchise, and I'm sorry, some pretty good players have played in this uniform and won Super Bowls, and so to have that number, and he's all-time, retired all-time top 10 in NFL in sacks. So when I think of the Ring of Honor, Demarcus Ware belongs there, and the fact that anybody's trying to push back, I find surprising.
Yeah, there should be no pushback when you talk about Demarcus Ware, being in the Ring of Honor. I mean, this guy, like you said, all-time sacks leader here. And I know he did his work over there in Denver as well, winning a Super Bowl. But, I mean, the bulk of his career, where he was doing the most work, where people were like, man, you got to fear number 94. It was here when he had the star on his helmet. And to me, it couldn't happen to a better guy because even though he was a great football player, I think he was even better man because what he did with those young guys coming in, no matter if you were a first rounder or if you were undrafted, he gave you his knowledge that he knew it and he passed it on. So it couldn't happen to a better man, and I'm super happy for D-Ware.
Yeah, I did obviously never played with a D-Ware, but just knowing him as a person, one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Those Christmas parties that we used to have for the kids, they canceled them. They're coming back this year, though. The Christmas parties, my son would always want to take a picture with D-Ware, and sometimes it would be after a massive loss. And he still was gracious enough to take the picture, man. He's just a good dude. Cowboy Ring of Honor, though. That is a massive, massive honor for him as a player, and I'm sure one that he couldn't have seen coming. And that, man, it's just the people that are already in there, and just for him to be included in that, it just speaks about who he is as a player and the kind of numbers and reputation that he had in the NFL, period.
Yeah, shout out to D-Ware. Everything y'all said, great guy. He was my locker mate my rookie year, so taught me a lot, made sure he took me under his wing to show me how to be a professional. So I got nothing but love for D-Ware. And for all the people, like you said, who are pushing back on D-Ware, he went to win a Super Bowl in Denver and all that stuff. In his in the entirety of his career here as a Dallas Cowboy player, it has never been mentioned or thought of him being a reason why we haven't won.
No, he wasn't the reason.
Yeah, you look at it and be like, man, we got D-Ware on the team. We should be, and we owe it to him to then be able to get to that, because when you have a player that great on your team, i.e. like Michael Parsons, you say this is a time, and that's a piece that you need to use to make sure that you maximize it while they're here.
That's right.
Because you never know when you're going to see another one again. Yeah. So shout out to D-Ware.
And the fact that he did go to Denver, I was at a Toys R Us on Christmas Eve in your neighborhood, and D-Ware, I'm there shopping. He happens to be there, and it's that point in time where he thought he was going to get cut, and it was pretty sure they weren't going to bring him back, contract and everything. And I said, well, you know, you're going to get another job, right? you will
This
be
ain't
it. And he was really, he was that down. And I won't say he lost confidence, but it was just that moment of just trying to figure what's next, because he knew what was coming. And I was like, man, you're going to be fine. And he ends up going to Denver. Von Miller needed Demarcus Ware, because if you remember early on in his career, Von had a couple issues. D. Ware got Von to where he needed to be. And I dare say this, Von's Super Bowl 50 MVP and the performance he had was with and happened because of D. Ware. And then when he ends up going to Los Angeles and he's around Aaron Donald, if you go look at the NFL Films video afterwards, you see Donald run up to Von and say, thank you, man. Come to find out through Von's agent that Von had spoken to Aaron Donald about needing to step up and understanding his talent, and that you are not as good as you need to be. You got to go come give it to us. And that was from what D. Ware taught him. And then I think about Tyron Smith, all-decade player. When Tyron's drafted in the first round, 9th overall out of USC, they had him working with Ware, and he was showing him those ropes of what he needed to do, and he becomes an all-decade player. So I just think the impact of what that guy, when you talk about, that's what Ring of Honor is. Not just what he did. It's what he did for other people along the way that made them champions or just some outstanding players. So I just think what you guys talked about him as a man and what he means. I mean, heck, Michael Parsons came in here, started working with him right out the gate.
That's true.
That's the man you call. You want to learn how to do it. You call Demarcus Ware, and he's around the facility too. But I want to go back to that Super Bowl 50 victory. Man, the Denver Broncos was on Cam's neck.
Oh, yeah, they were
and
on.
Von Miller, the way that his game transformed with Demarcus Ware, you could tell there was a lot of influence. So when you talk about that and the way that he transformed him, I think that was very well illustrated from you, because you saw the change in his game as soon as Demarcus got there.
And remembering that Carolina offense at that time,
Cam was MVP. Cam was MVP.
Was unstoppable.
They came here and beat us down. They beat us down.
And Peyton Manning was not good in that game.
No.
He didn't have much. In fact, Peyton had told DeMarcus beforehand,
Carry the load.
Carry the load.
Carry the load.
Basically, I'm going to give you what I got.
And that ain't much.
When I give you what I got, go get it done. And sure enough, they did. And they wore out Reamers and the other tackles, man. But what that defense did that day is
crazy. We talk about this all the time on the Players Lounge, man. Offense went out there, didn't really give them much, huh? What the defense do for them to win that Super Bowl? Run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Let your defense go out there and make those type of plays. Can they score for you? Can they take the ball away for you? Yes, they can. When you're looking at a recipe for success, right? And I say this, our quarterback is better than Peyton Manning was at that time. Our offense is better than Denver's offense was at that time. We should be able to do something based off the defense. Because when you look at this defense and you look at Denver's defense, you say, all right, comparable. Yeah. Comparable.
I like where you going.
But that's when the pressure gets on, when you say, all right, well, if it doesn't happen, then what's the issue?
Uncle Wade coordinated that defense.
They was rolling.
They were. That was one of the. I dare say this, and I really feel bad for Wade Phillips, because that Rams team that lost to New England, it wasn't Wade's fault. What the hell time about 13? 13 that day? 13. He did his job. Wonder Boy didn't do his job. And Wonder Boy's quarterback didn't do their job. But 13 points, Hall of Fame, Tom Brady in a Super Bowl? You're supposed to get that.
He's supposed to win that one for sure.
Wait, point. I said, I'm glad Wade, got his with Denver because what he did with the Rams, I'm like, my goodness gracious, that was one of the better performances from a coordinator I've ever seen in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So y'all, I mean,
DQ is his time. Really,
you got to get it going.
He got it one. Ain't like he ain't been there. Ain't like he hasn't manufactured him a Super Bowl win out of a defense like that.
Should have two.
He should have. You right.
Wasn't his fault. Well, Richard Scherf, I was there, man. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, you mean should have had 3?
Yeah, should have had 3. Exactly. Should have 3.
Because you were up 28-3. All right.
You should have had
Who's the coordinator? Who's the coordinator?
I'm just saying you said 2 up there. Should have had 3. Can we get him number? Can we get him number 2?
Oh, we should.
Look, this is. I'm not a hype person. Okay? I'm not. That's not what I do.
Leave that up to me. I got you.
But I did cover the Super Bowl team. I've seen what defensive talent looks like here. They're not what Jimmy's last team was here. Okay, they're not that. But they've got some really good impact pieces that can put you in a position to be good. We talked about Denver's unit where you had Ware, you had Vaughn, your DBs back there between Aqib Talib and Chris. They had some mean DBs. You have a good defensive team that should put you there. You played on a really good defensive team in Jacksonville that had them right there.
Should have been there.
No offense.
Could y'all stop the run?
Oh yeah, we was number 2
Could
against the run.
No. Could Denver stop the run?
Yeah, they could.
Because that's why I want to make sure we don't gloss over that. Like we got some impact pieces, but
and this. Okay, look, when you talk about warts, right now this is the wart. How do they fix the wart? It's a legitimate thing, and we haven't seen a preseason game with these guys out here all together to see exactly what it is they need to do. I spoke to Tank Lawrence. Well, okay, you got it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
He leaned back in the seat and everything. Go ahead, Rose.
Y'all talk about warts, and I don't care how great the defense is.
Oh, man.
If you can't take care of the football,
That's right.
it's not going to get done.
No, that's true.
Peyton Manning, he might not have been Peyton from old, but what did they do? They ran the football, take care of the football. Hey, if we can't get this touchdown, let's punt it off to the defense and let them do the work. If we can't take care of the football here, I don't care if you got Parsons, you got Diggs, you got a whole onslaught of defensive players. You're not going to win the games.
And when
the
you
big
have
time games.
When you have a defense like that and you can turn Peyton Manning into a glorified bus driver, it works simple for you. Yeah. I think in this day and age, and especially with Dak getting hurt last year, I felt like he was pressing a lot through the season. Hence the turnovers. I'm not going to give him any excuses because I'm telling you, I've ran Dak. I need ammo for these haters right now. Okay, because I'm surrounded. I can't fight them off no longer. I need ammo for these haters, and he has to make the plays when they're needed to be made. In that San Francisco game, the one thing that keeps showing the same interception over and over, the one that hits number one hands and then it deflects to the linebacker. Like, hey, 2 guys could have intercepted that one pass. And we've seen the bad turnovers from Dak, but his career wasn't built on that. Nothing about who he has been in the league has been on, he's just a turnover machine. But we're going to take that sample size, which this guy never lets me take a sample size of anything other than just these turnovers for Dak, right? To say that that's the – no, I'm just saying, you don't. So to say that that's who – talk about that that's who the player – that's the player that he is, and I don't believe that's who he is. But this year, he has to turn it around, especially with the defense that he has, and it's comparable to that Peyton Manning Broncos team. It's comparable to me to that Baltimore Ravens 2013 team. When you just want to talk about defense, I'm talking about defense where Flacco is all. What does he have to be? Just a glorified bus driver, get it done, put your defense out there, and let them handle business.
Joe was fantastic in the postseason.
I want to clarify.
He was really fantastic in the postseason on that.
He's talking about Barry, okay? That sample size. I said Dak is not the interception guy. He got to protect the ball, but he's going to be able to be different this year. Church is the guy. Okay, he's the guy who.
Am I combining y'all as one?
Yeah, you combine it as.
Okay.
He just said it just a minute ago.
I'm talking
about the defense. He's
blame the OC for everything because that's what we doing here. That's what everybody's doing. I'm just not. I'm putting it where I see it. Last year, they were great in points. Number 1 offense. They turned the football over too much, and for some reason, that all went on KM. That all went on my boy Kellen Moore.
Did he? I mean, I don't see him getting blasted on social media and on the networks. They not. I mean,
they're not even mentioning him.
They're out there loving up Kelvin.
He moved on. He moved on. That's why.
That was years. That was years in the making, my man. It wasn't just last year.
I'm just number one offense after number one offense.
But you make a valid point because Kellen Moore had the number one offense in the red zone, number 4 in points. I mean, every statistical category that absolutely gets you another contract. It stopped his key card from working around here.
Yeah, so, he looking like me. I can't. It's red. Hey, Danny, let us in, man.
So the pressure's on Mike McCarthy in that aspect.
It's the eye test, bro. It's the eye test. I don't know. Number one is stats, all that good stuff. We seen Dak lead the league out with 5,000 yards, and we looked at the team and was like, that ain't it. So go with the stats. It's cool. But you know. And you're going to see this year.
Oh, we going to see.
Make sure you check out the Players Lounge. Follow us on social media, Spotify. Always online, DallasCowboys.com. We're also on Twitter. Twitter's back up now, so we're now running here. Let us dive into who needs to shine tomorrow in the Cowboys' final preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders at AT&T Stadium with Danny McCray, Heckma Harris, and Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. This is Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Want to use the Cowboys locker room's favorite products? Check out the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. Right now, you can get the Jack Black Playmaker, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The Playmaker includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word Cowboys. The Jack Black Playmaker, $10, free shipping.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Watch 2 of Texas' best high school football teams face off in the 3rd annual Jerry Jones Classic presented by Whataburger. The Rockwall Yellow Jackets take on the Cedar Hill Longhorns on Saturday, August 26th at 1 p.m. under the lights at Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. Get your ticket now at SeatGeek.com. You don't want to miss it.
All right, Heckma Harrison, appreciate that. Heckma is going to be on the call.
I will.
Yes, sir.
I will.
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah. You see me in my Saxy shirt, Saxy football. It's my baby. Okay. He's going to be on V tonight, but I got to call a game tonight, so I make sure I support. Hey, man.
He'll be wearing that green soon.
He'll be wearing that green soon. No, you know.
Well, I ever see you out there talking about fly, bro.
You'll forgive me. You'll forgive me. You'll forgive me. That's all I have to ask for.
Like that hugging out Howie Roseman.
Hey, that's my BFF. So get my baby.
Back there talking about,
yeah.
Let's go.
Y'all tripping, man. I ain't gonna do that. Jerry gonna make the call.
All right.
Let you go like Chris Vaughn make
Yes.
the call. Let you get the phone.
Yes.
And maybe Nikki have Nikki make the call.
Let it happen, Lord, please.
Wouldn't that be something if they just called draft happens on the week. Well, I don't know, man. Well, draft happens on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
They tell her to come on down and
That'd be
come to the
dope.
room,
That'd be
make the call.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
Would you cry as much as Chris did? If you
Boy, that would be no good. That would be
The ugly cry.
Yeah. Hey, snot bubble. Snot bubble. Thank you, Lord.
First off, I want to thank God. Without him.
that was one of the coolest draft moments I've ever
was
seen
pretty
when Chris Vaughn got to make the call to his son. I mean, I still get chills just watching that of just that moment, and then just having seen Deuce play twice in person, just know, okay, this was a kid who, because of his height, had been counted down, and just everything he just produced, man. He produced, and then just the way they loved him at Kansas State, just knowing that, what, this kid's going to come here and have if provided the opportunity, he could do the same things. And at camp, all the people who were wanting to be around, it's a great, cool story, and it, by the way, we've all agreed right here on the Players Lounge, Deuce is on the team.
Yeah, he's absolutely.
I think Dak agrees too. Dak said he can't wait. Can't wait to see. So
So we don't. He doesn't need to shine tomorrow. He good. He good.
Man, no.
He good. So by the way, before we get into who needs to shine tomorrow, Dak was asked by Clarence Hill, the Star Telegram, how come he didn't get on the Go Fly with Cooks.
What'd he say?
He said, I needed a drink, and it was too close to pregame, so I didn't have a drink to go up there with him. So I needed a drink to go do that. So he did not go fly. That's somebody called the soul plane.
You see how that came down?
Help yourself. He can't help himself.
I didn't say
it's an open opportunity.
This is what was told to me yesterday.
Speaking of soul plane, hey, y'all old cats, bro. Pay attention to Kevin Hart, all right? Pay attention to Kevin. Don't get out there thinking you can run and race and do all that stuff. Get out there, pull your abs up.
How did you flip that?
I'm just saying.
Oh, the soul plane reference. I said, okay.
I was thinking about how to way to get it in with the old schools here. Hey, man. Hey,
that man tore his abductor.
He's in a wheelchair.
You saw the video of the wheelchair in the back seat.
That man tore his abductor. How do you do that? Your ham and your abductor.
That's a wrap.
By the way, he was racing a former LSU guy, Stephen Ridley. The Patriots, all that stuff.
Nah, man.
Don't get out there.
I'll never get it twisted, man. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
They had
don't worry about
Get out there trying to race your son.
No.
Greg Ellis was trying to get folks to sign up for the church basketball game, the little 3-on-3 tournament at church, and Clarence Hill's a deacon there with Greg Ellis, and Chill said, "I'm not gonna pull no hamstrings for the Lord." And I said, I agree with you. I agree.
They ain't pulling
ain't popping no knees for that. No, sir. So, who needs to shine tomorrow against the Raiders?
Is Mozzie Smith playing tomorrow?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he play tomorrow?
That's it. Y'all been hearing me. Y'all been hearing me this whole time. That's the only thing I want to see. Okay. One, if we're saying that he needs more reps, he needs to figure out how to use his technique more than just his strength and God-given ability, then the best way for you to get that is in live game reps against competition that is not your teammates. It's guys who are out there trying to make some money and get their spot on the roster. Right. So you're going to get 100% of what they got. I want to see Mozzie Smith make a step forward. I want to see, it don't have to be everything's perfect. I want to see that he is understanding that technique is a little bit more important for him right now than it was back when he was at Michigan. Mm-hmm. All right? That's all I want to see, because I really believe wholeheartedly that if this defense is going to be like what we spoke about earlier in the show, was it Wolf? Who was the
Wolf?
It was Wolf. If they're going to be what we want them to be, you got to be able to stop the run, and not the whole game. But we need you to make some of those plays in those big time moments.
They can't get
3rd and 1, 3rd and 1. You're right. 4th and 1. Second and 6, and then making it 3rd and 8 because you done stopped them in the back. Some of those type of plays. I ain't talking about sacks. Mm-hmm. We know we got that. I want to see somebody be able to get in there and shore up that gap that we've been talking about for the last few years.
Yeah, my man Mozzie was drafted for the situation. That 4th and 1 that you talking, 3rd and 1 you talking about. We took a lot of gashes in the running game from Philly and from the 49ers. So I really this segment should be labeled, tuck your chain or wear it in the rain. Who is the authentic article and who is fake? Because we're trying to figure out who's gonna load up, who's gonna go with us right now.
That's right.
And it's those 3rd and 4th level guys that we still have question marks around. And look, I know that April 4th this year when we signed Hankins, I think that solidified what we were looking at in the defensive line. Guys like Bo Hanna that are going to be behind Hankins, that to me, it solidifies what we need in our one tech to gobble up blocks and allow our linebackers to run downhill. Mozzie didn't look good. There's no other way to put it. He didn't look good in practice. One-on-ones, the bull rush, all of that's fine. He showed a little bit of his immaturity with the comment that he made, I just like to hit people. I don't like football. Right? Let's ask the young man to grow up. And maybe this year is going to be a learning process for him. It may be all of those things that you're asking him to do, he can be that for us maybe later in the season because right now it don't look like he's ready to do it.
Tolbert?
No. If he is, maybe the same rules apply.
Oh, you giving up first round?
When you lose Heckman.
Yeah,
I know.
That's real.
That's
He's giving him a red shirt.
No.
Giving him a red shirt.
I see. I thought I put a bow on that, bro. Did it sound like I've lost faith?
That sound like you red shirting the guy.
Maybe
he's going to be a guy who can do that for us in the future, not the immediate future, but later on, like next year future.
So let me say this. He's not Aaron Donald yet.
He might never go be Aaron Donald. I don't want him to be.
And this is the thing. When I start talking about a guy like Aaron Donald, who is an oddity because he's an inside pass rusher, all right, we're not going to ask him to be that same piece in our defense. And
tackle.
Right, but what is it? He's getting reached. He's getting
misplaced.
He's getting pushed. He's getting turned. Those are the things that you cannot have happen. And I'm just like you, man. I'm gonna be looking at number 58 tomorrow, seeing what he does.
I'm with y'all.
What is it,
Louis?
He did red shirt the guy. I don't know. It sounds like a red shirt.
He gonna be all right. Mine's gonna be all right. But for my dude, I need to have a good game. It's not for him to make the team. I feel like he's already on the team, but to get a bigger role, and that's Marquise Bell. After we saw or the reports of out there that he's gonna go down there and play a little bit of linebacker as well, kind of that hybrid safety role. But if he's able to go down there and dominate, or if he's able to go out there and show out, maybe this game, and then he gets a little bit more reps in that first regular season game. If he's able to ball out, it can carve out a nice little niche for him because we know the two safeties they already got paid. You talking about Wilson, you talking about Hooker, they getting paid. Curse, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with
Guaranteed
Curse.
the whole year.
That's what I'm saying. Guaranteed the whole year. So we'll see what happens. But if he goes out there and balls out, he can carve himself a nice little role on this defense, and hopefully in the future he can ball out as well.
Who is it? Safety that went to play that position, moved down a little bit for. They were the St. Louis.
Barron?
Mark Barron.
Yeah,
Mark Barron. Can you watch some tape on Mark Barron and say, hey,
he got paid off of that too.
Yeah, and let's see if you can play that role because he was effective when they moved him to that position.
He was getting torched back deep.
He was effective. They found a niche for him, and he went out there and he did what he was supposed to do. So if that's the role that you were thinking of, Bill getting down there to play, then. If he can be that, then that's success.
And especially the reports that you've been hearing about Dan Quinn adding linebacker responsibilities to what he does. And you already see that he plays along the line of scrimmage, but Jerron Curse and him are kind of becoming 1A and 1B, really close in what they do. I think the bigger question is, can he cover tight ends?
That's it.
If that's the biggest question mark, then he's going to get that answered throughout the season. But I want to include our guy Neville Gallimore because y'all been talking about Neville Gallimore quite a bit.
That's my guy, man.
Neville Gallimore, y'all been throwing him in there. I started off talking about Chauncey Golston, so I think it's the combination of those two players and where the Dallas Cowboys feel like they are.
So that's where I was going to go. Golston, Gallimore, Bohanna, this group, these three guys, who makes his team. So that's going to be very interesting. I think they're going to keep Junior Fehoko, one of Dan Quinn's guys that they drafted. But looking here, and that was kind of even when we were in camp, just looking at between Gallimore, Bohanna, Golston, who's going to make it
right now. Who do you have leading the charge on that?
Honestly, man, I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
I would love to see Godwin because I feel like he flashed. Like he got the juice. It's just the consistency hasn't been there, and it's just like, man, you like Garrett always says, but you can't be a flash in the pan type of player. You know that'll get you going quick.
He got the injury. He had the
injury, the elbow, man. So
yeah, I'm leaning. I think maybe Bohanna makes it if I'm choosing one between the three. But said they've got another test. It's another test. We'll see. This is a testament to Will McClay and what they have built here, that you can take two guys that you've drafted and they may not make this team right now. By the way, second break. One player who's going to be here, some fans may not like it, but I'm telling you right now, Mike McCarthy basically forecasted this player is going to be here, whether you like it or not. We'll do that next right here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on the DallasCowboys.com radio network.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
Want to use the Cowboys locker room's favorite products? Check out the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. Right now, you can get the Jack Black Playmaker, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The Playmaker includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word Cowboys. The Jack Black Playmaker, $10, free shipping.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Louis Scruggs right here on the Players Lounge with the two players, former Cowboy safety.
These guys.
Yeah, these guys. Danny McCray, Barry Church, Heckman Harrison.
His team. Let you know what time it is.
The game right here.
Yes. Toledo's own Rocket. They are favored to win the West in the MAC this year. Maction. Toledo versus Illinois. Let's keep an eye out on this thing here.
That's a dub.
Yeah. Hey, look. I'll say this for your school. I'll say this. Next year, you're the highest ranked group of 5. You're getting in the playoff. So it'll be something big. You may want to pay your dues so when your team is in that
Toledo,
Georgia, you can jump up in there.
Toledo, Georgia.
Right.
Woo! Come on.
Right?
You ain't going that game. Or you ain't sitting on the Toledo side. That side going to be empty.
Get the suite, man. Barry going to be the suite.
Yeah.
The Hall of Famer.
I was going to say dues. Have you paid your dues? No, not on red. Who you say when you put your card up?
Man, what's going on? Man, ain't working over here.
All right. Raiders, Cowboys, tomorrow, final preseason game. Kelvin Joseph is making this team. And I know he gets... Fans have things to say at times about his play, and I understand. Having watched training camp, I saw things, and it was like, number one, giving up another touchdown. I mean, a lot of folks was putting up points on number one out there. But he's going to be a part of this team. Mike McCarthy constantly talks about position flex. He loves the fact that Kelvin can play inside, outside, play in the slot, and he is earning his keep on special teams. You, of all people, Danny, have preached and talked about the importance of special teams. We know C.J. Goodwin is in one category alone by himself, but then after that, you start talking about importance of special teams, and I talk about the punter and the kicker and the long snapper. Kelvin Joseph has shown he brings value to this team on special teams.
He's their second best guy.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
When you're going down the roster of guys, like I don't believe that when you look at Kelvin Joseph, even McCarthy, like he's going to be on the squad. So then you have to keep his confidence up to say, all right, if people do go down, he's on the right. He's going to have to get in there and play and be serviceable. But his main role is going to be on special teams. And you got C.J. Goodwin, and then you got Kelvin Joseph, and then it goes down the list for a Fossil, right? He's like, hey, man, what 4 guys do you need? The top 2 are C.J. Goodwin and Kelvin Joseph, all right? And then you got to figure out the other core guys. So I've always been of the belief that Kelvin Joseph is going to be on the roster as long as he continues to show up on special teams, and that's what he did. And shout out to him because that's his thing now. He can be C.J. Goodwin of like, hey man, how many years did you play in the league? 12, and I was a special teams guy, making $1 million a year, sometimes 2, right? And that's if that's what it is for you, then that's what it is. And I'm happy for the guy because that means he understands where his bread is buttered.
Yeah. I understand. Like you see, like Danny McCray said. I mean, you got 2 cats that are the stars of your special teams, and you can tell by the position they're put in. If you're a gunner on either of those sides, that means you're one of the top dogs. If you're a 5 on kickoff, it means you're in the middle of the kickoff grouping, and you're one of the fastest guys down there. You're a star on special teams, so he's gonna make it. When you talk about Kelvin Joseph, last year he had a lot of things going on off the field, and that was his first year in the NFL. A lot of stuff off the field He was rapping. He had that, legal troubles, all that good stuff. Can kind of throw a damper on what you got going on in the field. This year, we haven't heard much about him off the field, so hopefully he's focusing in on his job and what he needs to be doing. And like we said, he's made plays on special teams, so he knows where his bread is being buttered. Now, can he make the transition and get better on defense? I've seen a little bit. When you talking about preseason games, you've seen a little bit. He's been a little bit more sticky in coverage. He hasn't been having as many penalties as he had out there his rookie year. So, do you think he's one of those guys that maybe it takes a little bit of time to get going, and hopefully he's found his footing?
I tell you what, play y'all trip. You know what? I love it when y'all do this because what y'all do is y'all put that butter on, and then when the season starts, y'all roast him again, right? No. That's what you do. You roast him again because then it starts coming down to where you're drafted. Oh, and you're just a special teams player. That wasn't what the vision that they had in their head for Kelvin Joseph, and y'all gonna remember that at a certain point in the season. Y'all gonna remind everybody.
That's him. Listen. The difference between what I said and what Church said, I didn't say nothing about seeing in training camp that he's playing better on cornerback. I didn't say none of that. I know specifically what his role is.
Yeah.
Church over there giving him and we might need to put him back out there.
Yeah. I go by what I see.
What has to happen for Kelvin Joseph to get in there and play defensive back? What has to happen on the defense?
Somebody got to get injured.
How many?
I'd say just one.
Just one?
He's probably your number 6 corner, right?
Yeah, one injury? Who?
One of them, Bland or Jay Lugo now.
That's 2. They both play nickel.
I mean, are we sure they both going?
So your top. That's your top 4.
I was just saying,
you had Bland and Jay Lou right there. That's 4. That's your top 4. Then you got Scott, and then it's him.
Who? Scott?
Yeah.
Y'all did.
Yeah, Kelvin Joseph is down on the.
Y'all think he's that far down?
He's down on the roster. He might not even be getting reps out there on for scout when they practice for the week.
He ain't that far down.
But I'm gonna say this, right? So moving him inside to nickel, I think he's been better. And I'm gonna ask you, man, because I feel like a guy that for Kelvin Joseph that came from LSU and Kentucky, playing man coverage, a guy that get up on you and want to be physical. Now they're saying that he's having. Well, John Owning in Pro Football Focus wrote an article talking about him playing off coverage and how that's better suited him now that he can just drive on the ball versus trying to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. Is that just a little technical thing? That change has made the difference for him as a player and maybe made him your second string nickel?
I mean, to me, I just think his body type and his play style is better suited for a nickel.
Okay.
I mean, when you're out there on the island by yourself on the outside, I mean, you got bigger guys that you're usually going to go against. You're going against the A.J. Greens, Julio Jones, big guys that we've seen can just win 50-50 balls out there, and I don't think that suits him. And like you said, when you get up in that press coverage, you got to be a physical guy. You got to be able to put hands on people. And people have been kind of washing him to the side when he gets press coverage out there. But when he's in that nickel and he's off and he gets to see everything, I think he becomes a better defensive player in that regard.
Al Harris said he's strong as battery acid.
Now that's strong.
I was about to say, so hold on. You said he can't press?
I ain't say he couldn't press.
No, I said people saying he don't. When he get in there, he's been having trouble on press technique, and he's better with off. So what happens on 3rd and 3? 3rd and 2.
Hey, gotta get
so
going.
So you playing nickel? You gonna play a 6?
But see, nickel really don't press like that because you don't want to get rubbed off.
Oh, when you get a stack.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the press. Yeah, you're gonna be in the press.
You see a lot of stacks against teams that play man-to-man coverage.
Yeah.
Depending on down the distance, you might have to get in there. And I'll tell you what, if you press in nickel and you get beat off the line,
it's over.
It's over.
That's right.
Yeah. Or you gonna play off technique and try to drive on some nigga run a seam route on you. Yeah. Like you got to be. That's why Orlando Scandrick got paid so many times, because the nickel position is probably one of the hardest positions for you to play, because you got to know route concepts, you got to understand and be able to feel those route concepts, and you got to be able to press and play off. And that's at 5, not the usual 7 yards.
That's true.
Like you got to have everything to play nickel. That's why DeRon Bland, he has a special talent for being able to play nickel.
And J. Lou.
Jordan Lewis has a special talent for being able to play nickel. You have to have those special techniques and skills to be able to do that.
And nobody's forgot about the Zay Jones game in Jacksonville. I mean, there's still tape out there. So I mean, if you just want to go back to the tape, it's still out there. So that time consistency and proof is in the water.
Make your $1 million a year, bro. $1 million plus. Go play gunner.
He's a special teamer who is one of the last DBs. It's one of your last corners that's out there. I've long since stopped expecting him to be a corner that's playing significant snaps for the Cowboys because he was drafted as number 2, second round draft pick. That boat sailed for me. This guy's a special teamer who they like. He's there as a corner, and if they got to put him in, they got to put him in. But they have went out and got other players like a DeRon Bland, who they took in the 5th round, who led the team in picks last year. These guys have surpassed him. But he's still on the team. They're not cutting a guy. Right. They're not cutting a guy who they spit that kind of high. When's the last time they cut a dude that they took in the 2nd round 3 years in? They haven't done it forever. So he's going to be here. He's found a role.
Be clear. Special teams difference maker. When you say he's a difference maker on special teams, not just the guy.
So he's there. I can live with it for this year. Next year we'll see. If he has to get out there and play, I saw camp. It could be tough.
But that room is crowded, don't we? That room is crowded.
It's extremely crowded.
And if he tomorrow, and this the beauty of it. Tomorrow, if he makes a couple plays, make people feel good. Maybe make you feel good.
All right.
Speaking of corners, what they gonna do with the nickel position right now? Like, because we got J. Lou and Bland. Yeah. Like, so are they going to be rotating? Is it or somebody specifically?
J. Lou even healthy?
He says he's good. So this is what in Dan Quinn you trust. That's how I look at that one.
Because he got a nice price tag going especially if he's not going to start.
What do you mean in terms of, like, you think he may not be here? Is that what
I mean?
That's it.
It's just he's gonna be here because he's gonna be because you need corners. But when the last time you seen a $6 million backup nickel?
Look,
you haven't.
He's gonna be here in a 17 game season where we've seen guys get hurt. As much as we like Gilmore, one of the top 4 oldest starting corners in the game.
That's true.
I mean, you got to have depth. You needed the depth last year. So I don't see. I mean, all right, you cut this guy, somebody else going to pick him up, pay the price tag. I mean, they're going to do it in this league.
Yeah.
No, man. And if you think you have the kind of defense you want, you're including him in this. Jordan Lewis is in the conversation about you trying to have a good. I mean, I'm sorry. What are we talking about? Well, we got too many. Because I have too much. We got too much pitching. We got too many corners. Huh? You hear yourself?
But you paying that man though. I can see if he was making.
What happened to Anthony Brown last year?
He wasn't making $6 million.
When Anthony Brown went down, what happened?
And DeRon Bland led the team in interceptions last year. You said that.
Okay, so Zay Jones, we saw Zay Jones do this thing like that.
All I'm asking. I'm not saying that you get rid of the guy. All I'm saying is you paying a guy a lot of ducats to be a backup.
Okay.
That's good. That's good business. That's good work.
They pay Andy Dalton $5 million to be a backup.
That's a quarterback. We talking about a nickel.
Is he on the final year? Is Jordan Lewis on his final year?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think he signed a 3 years.
Do you think he gets set down? My man Adam.
Man,
get
come
him
in
over
there.
there. Get him there.
That's what I'm saying. That's the route I'm thinking of. I'm like, do you talk to him and say, hey, you might need to take a little haircut?
Give him the option.
You gotta give him the option. Because I mean, that's. I'm just saying, especially if you're not starting.
Yeah.
You got 5. How long did they give you, Danny? How long did they give you when they came in? You walk out
Can't
that
leave
door.
that room.
Right. Don't walk
You
out
can
that
call
door.
whoever the hell you want to call.
I mean, it's just
got me.
I don't know. That's
You
just.
just trying to take people money.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm talking about it as a whole. We talking about this position, the nickel position. It's the value position out there. You got a guy that's a heck of a lot cheaper that's making plays and playing, right?
Why can't we have both?
Because what is he
Why
going
you
to do
trying
out
to save
there?
Jerry money? Why you trying to
What
save
is he
Jerry
gonna,
money?
that's all I'm saying. If it's Bland's your starter and Bland's
why you
balling,
trying to save money?
what you gonna do with Jay? Like what?
No, it's a serious decision to make, and I think teams do it all the time. They go with the youth and the less expensive guy, especially if they doing the same thing. We're not even talking about Eric Scott, your draft pick, that if he's doing the same thing that Kelvin Joseph can do on special teams, we don't have proof of that. We don't know if he can, but does that mean anything to you? Nashawn Wright, he hadn't played in a couple of games because I believe ankle injury or whatever he's dealing with. But there's some decisions that you have to make there. Israel Mukwamo, he's a flex guy that goes from safety and corner as well. There's still a lot of decisions to be made, and I'm with you too on this. You can't have enough of them. You're gonna need them. You're gonna use them. But a $5 million backup,
And he's a good. Don't get me wrong. Like Joe Lewis is a baller. When we first saw him out there, he was a ball guy, all over the forcing fumbles, doing all that good stuff. But I'm just saying, if you can't beat out Deron Bland, I mean, it's a conversation that needs to be had.
So when you say beat out, it's not as though they were both out here at training camp and we saw them go ahead. Okay, he was hurt.
Yeah,
you've got 4 corners that you can feel real good about.
This is true.
Not about to sit up here and try and cut salary on. History shows you're gonna need these guys. I'm not messing with it. If I think I have the team that I think I do, and I think that you could, they're talking like they can go to Las Vegas. I'm not touching it. So what? Okay, so all right, dude, you got over me. Okay, fine. You Jerry, you gonna be okay? Dude ain't go. You'll get another sponsor. We'll get the official sock sponsor or the official wrench sponsor organization and make up for that. Man.
Knew he's on the building fund for your church, man. He gonna get your church built. Don't worry about what you talking about. Put that money in an envelope. Come on. Why you trying to save Jerry money?
Right. You got it.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. So Monday, do you expect to see him here?
Yeah. I mean, because there's been no talks about it, no nothing. I expect him to be here, and his price tag will probably be the same. It's just that's a hefty step tag for that.
Yeah, I expect him to be here.
At his price?
Yes.
Expect Lou to be here at his price?
I do.
Yeah. There's no conversation about it, so I expect
if he's healthy right now, like he says he is, then I expect him to be here at his price.
Okay.
If he wasn't healthy, then maybe you had that conversation. But if he's healthy, I think.
In the show on this nugget, I did ask Mike McCarthy about Rico Dowdle in the punt getting blocked in. He said, 3 previous ones before he had no issues. He's normally good. He said he just let him go inside, and you can't let a guy slide inside. He said, learning moment for him. He'll get better from it. So Mike felt like it was a brain fart and that he would be okay. So that's
probably good that he saw it because he knows. Now he knows. One thing to tell you about it in the meeting room, another thing for you to get out there and it happen to you.
There you go.
So
there you go. All right, Heckman. Have a good weekend, man.
I will.
Have a good weekend.
You do the same.
Look forward to seeing the final 53 Sunday when they unveil it. Danny McCray, appreciate you. Barry Church trying to take folks money.
Just saying, conversations need to be had.
Salary cap Barry. Cap man.
Not the cap man.
The cap man, Barry Church. Cap man. He'll be in the front office pretty soon. Cap man. I'm doing scratch. Wow. Players Land, brought to you by Tostitos. We'll talk to you next week.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!